Hello, thank you for stopping in, playing with traffic. My name is Lewis Lee from All Ins Magazine, and we are here talking about Chevys and Fords. What are the best and the worst? And then we have over here playing with a coffee pot.
You know you're a diehard coffee drinker.
Yeah, you got an ornament.
Lou Santiago, host of Velocity's Car Fix. Yes, we came to terms on the contract, so I'm doing season 5.
Okay. That's what's up. Don't beat the money.
Hey everyone, I'm Lewis Lee Jr., and I just like going on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's why I'm here.
Uh-oh, we're giving props already. I gotta get up to speed. Let's do this. There you go. There you go. Now we're good. So we're doing
Lou,
when
before we went on air, before we were recording, you had mentioned it's usually a money thing,
right?
When it comes to T-shirts, when it comes to building, when it comes to a business, it's a money thing.
Always a money thing.
When I was looking at some of the comments on your Facebook page, that was a frequent topic that people kept mentioning when we were asking them, what are some of the biggest pains when it comes to building? And a lot of people, I would say the number one response was the wiring, which you and I talked about. And then number 2 was the money.
Yeah.
And I remember you in previous episodes talking about how cars are expensive and how you were forced to learn how to do those things. Is there any other suggestions that you could give to people that have that concern?
The biggest thing is you just gotta be willing to learn and figure it out and do the research and for me, associating with people that were like-minded, you know what I mean? Because you would be amazed at the information, because there's 100 different ways to do something. You know what I mean? It's everybody has a different way to do it. Some of them are right, some of them are wrong. And as you go along, you can decipher who knows what the hell they're talking about and who doesn't. So that's what you got to do. That's the only way you're gonna be good at it. It's the only way. And then you just keep plugging away at it, because you're going to get better. The more you do it, your skills are just going to get better.
Now, does that go for Chevy and Ford?
It goes for all of it. I don't care what it is you build. You can build lawnmowers. If you work on enough of them, you're eventually going to get pretty good at it. It's just that simple. And you know what? There's a lot of personal pride involved too. There really is, because you have to want to do a good job. It's really that simple. Hold on, I'm going to turn down this TV. Don't go nowhere.
Okay, we'll be here.
Yeah, that was straight fire. I'm kind of upset that there was like a medical commercial in the background, because that was pretty inspirational right there. That's inspirational for anyone.
All right, that's better. I don't have the best of hearing. When I hear all these other noises in the background, it really drives me nuts. And it's not a far drive, trust me.
Right.
But you have to want to do a good job. You have to want to learn. You have to want to ask questions. And that's what a lot of people, for whatever reason, they may not want to, or they're too ashamed to. I don't know. But I've always asked questions. I've always asked, how does that work? Why would you do that? And if someone knows how to do it, they'll give you an answer. If they don't know, they're going to try and bullshit you, and you can tell. So that's just, how you do it.
Or if they feel threatened with you also. If they think you might be able to do it or do it better, they'll give you a...
Yeah. And I get that a lot. I really do. I get that a lot. I've had people say to me, oh, hey, you should come on the show. And I know I'm never going to go on the show because, I don't think I'm the best fabricator in the world, but I got a clue. And some of the people have told me that I know don't do what I do. So I mean, I'm not, I know that they're being nice, and that's fine. I get it, but I'm not gonna. I know I'll never be on their shows.
Well, no, I don't think that's true because I think it's more of the producers and stuff like that than the actual people saying that they want you on their show.
Yeah, but I
Because
mean, I've had people contact me, and then the people on the show said no.
oh, really?
Yeah, and I've had the people say, and that's fine. I get it. It's their show, and I don't, if they asked me to come on, I'd happily go on.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things. I mean, like I would go on Vegas Rat Rods, and Steve has asked me if I would come on. We just can't figure out the scheduling, and I would love to go on because Steve Darnell of Vegas Rat Rods, yeah, he builds cars, but Steve is an artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's the stuff he does and the way he thinks is totally different than the way I think. And I think that's what makes it so cool. You know what I mean? Because it's such a different way of looking at it. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
His Dodge, that crazy Dodge sedan he's got with the Cummins in it,
mm-hmm.
It's a tube chassis car. It's certified to something like 9 seconds. But here's the crazy thing about it. The door panels on it, and this is the one thing that I remember about this car from riding in it. The door panels, he took cowboy boots and cut the tops off and then
Mm-hmm.
cut them and opened them up and had his interior guy make the door panels out of cowboy boots like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I would have never in a million years thought to do that. You know what I mean? But it's just the way he looks at it. So a guy like that, whether you like what he builds or not, is irrelevant. What he's offering, if you have the chance to work with the guy, is looking at it in a different way. You know what I mean? So it comes down to Ford versus Chevy at that point becomes irrelevant because it's the way he builds. You know what I mean? You could take a guy, I don't know if he still races, but Dan Millen in 04, I think it was. Dan Millen at a Livenoids Motorsports, he had the fastest single turbocharged Mustang in the country. Okay. Car was fast. And Dan runs Fords. Dan's a Ford guy. And you got to respect that. Whether you're a Ford or Chevy guy or a Chrysler guy, it doesn't matter. You got to respect that the guy's got the fastest single turbo drag car, Ford in the country. And it ran like an 8-second quarter mile. It was just some stupid time. You know what I mean? So you just got to respect it for what it is, and here's a guy, he's got a master's degree, I think, in mechanical engineering. So he's clearly no dummy, know? So, to me, it's not as much Ford versus Chevy or versus Mopar as to what you bring to the table. That's what to me is more important.
Well, here's what I find, that if you're a real car person, it don't matter what brand it is. I like everything. I like mini bikes, go-karts, Ford, Chevy, I like something from everything. And each company throughout the years have made, some hot stuff. So like right now I'm thinking Dodge is popping out some nice stuff.
They are.
And then, last year Ford, Mustangs were popping out nice stuff. You know what I mean? So every 10 years, man, you could be jumping around, in my opinion, if you're a real car person.
Well, if you're a real car person, your love affair isn't with the brand, it's with the car.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the bottom line, because you can find diehard Ford guys, and there's always something from another brand that they like. You know what I mean? There just is. So from that point, you're a car guy, and that's all there is to it. I mean, I know truck guys, they're not interested in owning a car. They want a truck, and that's all they build. So it's just the way it is. But they have that love affair, and that's what's cool.
Yep.
This is what you gotta like. So who's there? Nobody's. Who's here? Anybody here? There's only 4 people watching. Come on, Curtis, jump in. Who's Kurt? Tell Curtis to get in here. Curtis.
There he is.
There he is. Come on,
Well,
Curtis.
let me make you guys host too.
And there he is, folks. Curtis.
Hey, Curtis.
What's up, guys? How are you? I missed you last week. It was my wife's birthday.
Dude,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
That ain't no excuse.
Depends who you ask.
Yeah, right. Tell her happy birthday. What is she? What, 22?
Oh, a little older than that.
Way to go, Curtis. Get yourself in trouble. Go ahead.
We'll
Dig
go
the
with
hole
22.
deeper.
She's working in the next room, so she doesn't hear me.
Okay.
Jeez. So what's your chop on the love affair with the car, Curtis?
My dad was a car guy. I watched him do everything growing up. He's had a couple of old cars, and I got hooked from there. You know, we didn't have the money to have mechanics fix our cars, and my dad had to do it. And he grew up doing that, so I learned a lot from him, and I liked it, so I stayed with it.
Right. See? I mean, it's for a lot of people, it's a necessity.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly. I mean, it really is.
I mean, I'm in a position where I could pay someone to fix my cars, but unless I don't have the proper tools. I mean, I do my brakes, right. Anything I can do myself, I will. I've had the motor out of the Buick. I've done major stuff, but I would rather do it myself than pay someone anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that's most car guys, man.
And you learn a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time you do something, you learn something new. You learn because you usually break something, then you have to learn how to fix that too.
That's right.
That's what happens in my book.
I've got a friend. He's my same age as my dad, but he was a next door neighbor. And when I moved in, we hit it off really well. He's actually a doctor, but mechanics is his secondary love, and he just loves tinkering, fixing anything. And it was him that I had never taken a motor out of a car or anything like that, but it was him that pushed me to give it a go.
Right.
It wasn't that bad. It was
a
lot easier than you think.
Mm-hmm.
And then every time I have a project, I wait until he's available because I enjoy hanging out in the garage. We get along well, and I still learn from him because he grew up out of necessity, also having to fix his own stuff.
Yeah,
and he's been around the block, and he's shown me a lot of stuff.
See, and that's cool.
Yeah,
yeah,
and you know, you don't think about this being in that situation, but now that you said that, I have a friend. His name's Elmer, and when I was late teens, early 20s, we'd go hang out at his house all the time in his garage. And, one person would be working on something and we'll just sit around, drink coffee, talk, tell lies, and we did that a lot. And, and then one guy might know how to do one thing and another guy knows something else and just get it done. Yeah. We did that a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's how you learn, man. I mean, it's kind of weird because doing the car thing is one of the few things that I have found that you truly pass down to your friends and your family if they're into it. You truly pass it down. The Yelper.
Yeah, that's true. My kids grew up. We had here in Youngstown, we had Hot Rod Nationals. Mm-hmm. They would come once a year, and I would take my kids up with lawn chairs, and we'd sit on this main strip and watch cars go up and down all night. And and I would tell them what I knew about cars, or anything I could. This car has this and that. And all three of my kids grew up that way. Yeah, and my wife too. She never liked cars until we started going to the Hot Rod Nationals, and I tricked her. I was like, "Oh, look, honey, look at that little truck. You would look nice in that." And from then on, she started looking at stuff a little more, and now she's into it. You know what I mean? We can go to a car show and really hang out.
Yeah, see, none of mine are into it. Mm-hmm. None of my kids. My wife's not into it. None of them. It's just, I guess it's just one of those things. Either you have it or you don't.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not in.
I'm sure you got enough buddies though that are willing to take up the slack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually one kid. Well, he's not a kid. He's like 22, 23 now. Dustin. He's a tattoo guy, and he's a car guy. He may do tattoos, but he bought a Mazda extended cab, the B2200, and he didn't know how to weld. He just knew he wanted to put airbags on it, and he cut the thing in half and put airbags on it, and it lays out. And I met him. He actually graduated with my daughter, and I actually met him. They had me go to the school for like a job fair and talk to people. And he came over to me, asked me if I'd look at it to make sure that he did it right. And he just wants to learn, man. I mean, he comes over and helps me whenever he gets a chance, and he just helps me. And I showed him some stuff on his truck that he could have done differently. He did it right. It rolls down the road straight, just little stuff, stuff that you wouldn't know unless you've done it before. I show him stuff, and he makes it happen. Hey, Elroy's here. Elroy, come on in. He found us. There he comes.
All right, I got him.
Here he comes. Elroy.
We can't see you. Can you see us?
Come on, Elroy. Quit playing games. I don't know what he's doing. Is he? Elroy.
There you go.
He's getting props. There he is.
How you doing? See, that's the main man that just got me on there.
He needed assistance.
Oh, we need a lot of assistance.
Okay, guys, this is Elroy Newberry. He is the guy who does the Coffin muffler. He's got a muffler shop. We're at Northern California.
Visalia.
Where?
Visalia.
Visalia. Okay. He's up there, and he's got a midget in the background. He's got a muffler shop up there. Him and his son run it. And the thing that's cool about their mufflers is they look like an old pine box coffin. Cool. And I've put a couple of them on some of my friends' cars, and they just sound really good. But the thing I like about them is you don't get that drone when you're running down the road that you get with someone. You don't get the drone. But Tony join us tonight, and he can tell stories, and he also builds cars. So give us the rundown, Elroy. What's happening? Oh, the guy next to you is Curtis, and then that's Lewis Lee. He's All Ends Magazine. He does a magazine online, and his son is the one who his son Lewis Jr. is like our moderator. You can bring your grandson in.
So I don't blow everybody out of the window. Actually, this gentleman right behind me, he does the work. I'm the guy that's kind of kicking back now, and I do more of the BS stuff like we're doing right now. So I got to put it where it's at. I'm not going to be like I'm the multi-builder type guy here. He's the one that's doing almost all the work. So
nothing wrong with that,
gentlemen.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your company.
Midget, is he learning?
Actually, the midget, what he's doing right now, he does sweeping, cleanup. He's third generation. We already got him working in here.
There you go. There you go. That's awesome. So give us the rundown, Elroy. Tell us what you got going on with the muffler and where it's going.
We got a lot of stuff going on. We're actually designing a kit right now. My son already designed it for the new Polaris, the little what do call them, screenshots.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be called a 3-wheel motorcycle. The thing looks like a car with a steering wheel, but it's got a motorcycle license. We're prompting those right now, selling them, and it's worked pretty good. Then we have our regular product like we do with you, Lou. And then we're an install shop and having a good time.
Very cool, man. Very cool. So you building anything neat? You guys building anything cool?
Let's see, he just finished one of his Harleys. We're doing a 56 Buick, got a 58 Chevy 2-door hardtop. And then just odds and stuff that comes in,
Oddball stuff. Not a big deal.
What is it you guys are doing? Enough about me.
Man, I signed my contract for season 5, and I start teaching in January. So that's about it, man. I'm going to be teaching hot rod building and fabrication at the local community college. Just going to hang out and do that.
I think that's amazing. I hope we get to do a part of the deal with you on that thing.
Yeah, man.
See what we can.
We'll do something. And then Curtis actually, I met Curtis. We did his Buick on the show. He's got a 70 GS with a 455 in it, and we put a 4-speed in it for him. It had a turbo 400. We put a 4-speed in it. He lives down in Florida.
I haven't stopped since.
So give him a rundown on the car, Curtis.
It's a factory big block car. I think it's got a crane cam in it. I don't have the specs on it. The last guy put it in, but it's silver on black, and I haven't driven it so much since the 4-speed has been in. I've driven it more than ever with the 4-speed in
it. Fun drive now, right?
Yeah, it feels like you're a part of it now.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I never ever owned a manual before this one, so it was just something I wanted. I just thought it was cool, and I was right.
We used to tell people when I was in New York that real men drive 4-speeds, so we had to learn how to drive them. That's what we would tell people.
See my shirt?
There you go.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then Lou Senior is the guy above you. He's at Youngsville, Ohio. Tell him, Lou, you take care of it.
Yeah, we're out of Youngstown, Ohio, just east of Cleveland, and we have an online magazine. Me and my son are teaming up and doing some things together. We cover everything. It's All Ins magazine, so we cover everything from go-karts to NASCAR, and we're just trying to bring the media, every aspect of the media, like video. We do video interviews, and we're just trying to put it all together, and we're doing this blab here every week. So, we're just trying to open up the world to us, to us and Lou.
You got to start somewhere. You know what I mean?
So, how did you get tangled up with Lou?
I met him at where did I meet you?
We met at SEMA.
A couple years back. Yeah,
about 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah, we run in the same circles, the same group of guys. Like car people are just, it's amazing how you can be any race or any size or any color, you know what I mean, and still get along because you have the same love for vehicles. And like we were this year at SEMA, we were in a truck going to the hotel, and Lou says, "Hey, there's 2 blacks and 3 Mexicans and
I said this. I'm going. This other guy I know, Reno. Reno fixes aluminum wheels. That's his job. He goes to dealerships. He started a little company, and he'll go to dealerships and fix wheels for the dealerships. So we're walking, and Lou calls me, and he goes, "Hey, you guys need a ride?" So we finally get across the street, and they're in this parking lot, and it's a black Escalade. So we jump in the Escalade. And there's like 6 of us in the damn thing. We're piled in. I go, oh fuck, man, we got a crime wave going on here. We got 3 blacks, a Mexican, a Puerto Rican, and a guy named Taco. We are so screwed right now.
It's almost like the beginning of.
And we're in an Escalade. That's a crime wave.
Wait, with dark tinted windows and black rims.
Incognito.
Yeah, we were sticking out.
Damn crime wave. Well, I don't know what is, guys.
But yeah, that's where we met out at SEMA, and then we've seen each other at a couple of different car shows. So we started doing some stuff together. So it's turned out pretty good. I mean,
and we do and you've been to the Alden show with Vinny in Marilla.
Oh yeah, yep.
So I mean, it's pretty funny because we actually turn up going to a lot of the same shows. So now we just coordinate it.
Yeah,
it works out good. It's fun. Yeah, the midget's back there dancing. He's awesome. He's awesome.
You're gonna get him started, man.
You come through with a hat on next, right?
Oh man, it's gonna get better. Trust me. I didn't know I was gonna have an audience here at my place, but it's yeah. Hey, it's hard enough getting on this thing, and when you get started with it, I didn't know he had to join all this other. I told Lou earlier. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm all hooked up, ready to go at 6 o'clock. I'll be on the game." Mm-hmm. we couldn't no more get this thing going, so I had to call in the big guns back here to make it happen. It made me feel good because it looked like you guys were kind of stressing a little bit there too at first.
Oh, I wasn't worried about it. I really wasn't. I just wanted to make sure that they knew that you might be popping up. Where's my dog? My wife.
I'm gonna jump out for a minute and let my son jump in so he can do his thing.
Yeah,
so I'll be in the side looking at you guys.
All right, Harry.
Oh man, you wussed on me.
Hey, Elroy, I'm Louis Lee Jr. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, there he goes. He can come in. Bring him in.
There you go. Now you got him.
What's your name there, midget?
Evan.
Evan, how you doing? I'm Lou. The other guy is Curtis. Curtis, raise your hand. That's Curtis. And the guy on top is Lou Jr. And who's the guy sitting with you, Evan? Who's the guy sitting with you? Who's that old guy sitting with you?
Yes. Tell him. Grandpa.
Okay.
There you go. Now you get up there.
So something else, Elroy, before we get too far along. Lou Jr. is the one who kind of keeps everybody in track. He's the one who actually tries to put some order to this all this chaos.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to ask you questions.
Yeah, for sure. So if it feels like I'm interrogating you, it's not the case. It's just that I want to keep everything in order so that way we can share this. So when did you start Coffin Muffler, and what was the premise behind it?
It's probably about 13, 14 years ago. Actually, I got it out of a dream, believe it or not. And it took us a while to get the inside design like it was supposed to be. We already knew what the outside was going to look like. And then from that point, it was just trial and error. And before you know it, here we are today. It's about that simple.
Awesome.
Now, previous to starting the business, were you did you own a business before this, or were you working at a different company and did this part time, or did you just jump off the deep end and just say, I'm going to start this?
No, we had a muffler shop. We've always been in, like automotive. Believe it or not, I was a barber for a lot of years, and then I got tired of that game, and we got into the muffler shop. And then as it went on, it just always like sounds and all the good to go with it. Like fast cars and so forth like that. So we come up with something that really turned on a lot better. It was kind of hard at first because of the shape of the muffler, and people get a little flipped out and come up with something like that. And of course, then with all the jokes and all that. But then now all of a sudden it's not a joke anymore. It's for real. I was getting a kick out of Curtis over here with his car. Next thing I was going to say, man, you got a perfect car. You're just missing two things. You got to get some coffins on there.
There you go, man. Got to get some coffins, Curtis.
Game for it. I'll look you up.
Well,
it'll happen.
So how long have you had the muffler shop for then, Elroy? Because you've had it as long as I've known you.
Had what?
How long have you had the muffler shop? Because you've had it as long as I've known you.
27 to 30 years.
You've had it a long time. Okay.
Well, we were in the muffler business for a lot of years. And I'm not knocking Full Master or any of these guys. Those are great guys. I sold the crap out of their product. It's just that when this other thing hit me, it was, I don't know, I can't even explain it when somebody asks me that. It's just that you wake up one day, you have a vision or dream or whatever you want to call it, and then from that point you have to make it happen. And luckily I had a lot of nice people that helped me out along the way. I wish I could take all the credit. I can't take any of it. It's just everything fell into shape, manufacturing, all that, which from that point on is what helps.
Yeah.
Patents are hard to get.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So Elroy, when you had this idea, you had this epiphany come to you, and
those are big words.
you felt like you wanted to get this started. When you first told the first couple people, did you get any blank stares at you, or did people were kind of skeptical at first?
Oh yeah, it got better than that. It went like 2 years after we talked about this, and my son, the one back here in the back, he one night, typical thing, we're by the wood burning stove. It's winter. He goes, "Hey, Dad," he goes, "when are you going to build this thing that you've been talking about?" So, of course, we did a cardboard copy of it back then. A couple of days later, actually, we made a prototype, and then it took a long time to get the guts designed how I wanted, where it worked, you know. Then from that point on, it was nuts. You know, you understand, it's kind of tough coming up with an idea. It felt like you're what's with the boat? Noah. Felt like Noah. You just kind of just shut.
Yeah.
I know.
2 by 2.
I know. my friends, we had a prototype on this pickup, and I went over and he goes, "Hey, I understand you're going to come up with a muffler, going to reinvent the wheel." And I go, "Yeah." So he gets underneath and he goes, "Wow." He goes, "It looks like a effing coffin." I said, "That's what it is." I said, "We're going to actually call it the Coffin." And that's kind of where we got the name. I already knew it was going to be called Coffin, but after he made his little statement, it kind of finished off. And of course, your friends, you know, they're your worst critics if you're friends. And now all my friends run our product.
That's awesome.
It's pretty good.
Well, see, I was doing muscle car, and I was looking at I think it was CK Deluxe. It was either CK Deluxe or Rod and Custom, and they had a picture of it in there with the contact information, and we were gonna do Blue Hair, the Sleeper Nova that we did on muscle car, and I called Elroy and asked him about it, and he was like, "I'll send you a set, no problem," and that was mid 05. Late 04, early 05. And it's funny because we've talked for years. We've been talking ever since then. And last year was the first time I actually met him face to face and talked to him in person. It was at SEMA. And it was pretty cool.
That's kind of cool.
Because he's got this, he was walking around with a Coffin muffler that was stainless and was all polished.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I almost got my butt in a lot of trouble on that deal too. I didn't know you're not supposed to do that. We will never do that again. I could have got myself kicked out of there on that little trick.
Wow.
With like a lunchbox.
I think we lost Lou. I think he got too excited, too much energy.
Do you
He's probably there laughing his butt off at me.
do you manufacture them, or do you have somebody make them?
I'm sorry?
Do you manufacture them yourself?
Yes, we do. Actually, my son does all the welding on them.
Wow.
Him, and then we're setting up with a robot right now too. We're trying to get that thing going to where it'll take a gigantic load off of us. You know what I mean? Okay. Then we bring other people into. We have different phases on how we build it. So when we're doing like a major push on a big order, we'll bring other people in too. So it works out pretty decent.
Do you have any stores that stock them, or any retailers?
Oh man. Yeah, we do. Got a lot. There's like 1,300 muffler shops just in California.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we really lean hard towards the muffler shops. If you stay true to them, that's your background of your business, you know.
Yep.
And then we do the internet, Craigslist. I mean, you know, we found out how to get them out there where people can see what it is that you have.
That's excellent.
And then we ship all over the world. We ship to let's see, Australia, New Zealand, Canada. Now we're really getting in a lot of back east, like Texas is really gigantic. Texas does a lot with us. So the people are being pretty receptive to it.
Awesome.
That's basically about it.
Now, for me, I am not a big car guy, so when I come on the show once a week, I learn a lot from my dad, learn a lot from Curtis. Curtis is a frequent person on the show, and obviously I learn a lot from Lou. So can you explain for someone that's not a car person the difference in your product compared to a regular muffler?
Oh, sure. First thing everybody's going to say to us, because Flowmasters, no, they're going to say, how does it compare to a Flowmaster? So we've been doing them for so many years now. Right off we sell them, but and not knocking the Flowmaster. That's a great product. That would be horrible to knock somebody like that. Those are good people. But we do think our product really tears them up pretty good as far as horsepower, gas mileage, sound, everything that you would want. Like, say a person that doesn't know anything about cars, but they want to pick up on some gas mileage. The only thing is our product isn't exactly quiet either. So you take all that into consideration.
So the design, how do you? What's the one or two main features of the design that help it set it apart?
You want me to get one and show you?
Yeah, sure, that'd be great.
Like it.
Hey, you guys are a free audience. I love it. Actually, Jesse James held this one. We got to go be with Jesse for a while. That's been probably 05 or 06, somewhere in there. Just kind of give you an idea. Can you guys see?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll turn a little bit so there's no glare. Can you see all of it there?
Yeah.
Okay, as the exhaust goes in here, it goes around the edges. And then this plate right here is called a vane. That's what our big patent's about. It's a vortex. It causes suction inside the muffler. The more it goes in, the more it pushes, pulls, and it relieves itself. This one here, there's like a passageway there. That's a balance tube. It's like blueprinting a muffler like you blueprint your motor, Curtis. Same thing. Yeah, so what it does is it balances out the pressures, the notes, and everything inside the muffler. So where you get a good flow, good sound out of it, depending on what the car can put out. If you got a car that's got a lot of horsepower, more horsepower, the loves it. That's basically it, guys. There it is.
Have
That's
you
awesome. It's beautiful.
you put it in modern? If somebody a new Ford pickup, what would it be compatible with that?
Oh, dude, we do. Man, we do tons of like Chevys, Fords, Dodges. We do a diesel muffler for the older diesels. We don't mess in California with newer diesel stuff because they have all that clean pipe stuff to clean out the exhaust and all that. That's a mess. So we kind of stay away from it because the government end of it here in California, you got to be real careful what you do. It can be very, very costly to you.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's a nice looking product. How long did it take you to figure out all the internal stuff? Was that like a hard process? Did you?
A lot of trial and error. It's about 2 years.
Yeah.
And then what we told them to do is like if you go on YouTube, type in Coffin Muffler. We have sound bites on there. You get to hear this stuff. We're on Instagram, Facebook. We do everything. I got to give my son credit again. That's his big thing. You know?
Yeah.
I'm over here doing all the stuff. He does all the work at nighttime on that.
Yeah.
So he does the sound bites when he does like an exhaust job, so people can hear what this stuff sounds like. And I mean, there's not much we can't put them on in the area. So we have a lot of farmers that kind of about the product, and we throw them on the diesel tractors, and man, they last. You know, we made them out of a very good quality aluminized steel. So that's the whole idea, is to give the public something, give them something for their dollar. You know, so that's what we're trying to do. Mm-hmm. Like I said, Lou's has been like a gigantic help to me. So if you guys hear me stuttering tonight, this is pretty hard on me. I'm not the guy that likes to get in front of any kind of camera. Look at Lou laughing. You guys are all smiling. That's even better yet.
Hey, you know, we're on this new platform, and we're just trying to, you know, just showcase, you know, different companies, you know, big or small. I mean, you know, just a different flow.
All right, that's awesome, you guys. Biggest thing too is like when we come on, we appreciate talking about our product. That's great, but it's kind of nice to hear other people like Curtis talk about his car, what you're doing. Your son's very he's very intelligent. He uses some big words that I haven't heard in a long time. So
I don't know where we get that from.
Skip the level of this thing, you know.
Big words we can't spell.
Yeah.
I can't even pronounce it now, but yeah, it was a pretty big word.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a good kid. Good kid. Graduates college this year. You know, he's doing his thing.
Awesome. How old is he?
22.
Oh man.
And he also sells insurance. He's an insurance agent. And he's been an insurance agent for, I think, 3 years now.
Man, we can't use him. They're raping us here in California. You got to take a jar of Vaseline every time you go in to take a paint, man.
Yeah, it's bad everywhere.
Oh, it's horrible, you guys.
Yeah.
Jeez. Crazy.
Yeah, he graduates from college this year, and we're gonna throw him into the fire with this car stuff. You know, he really enjoys marketing and sales. So this is Lou's helping him out with some stuff. So it's going to be good. Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna try some different stuff. I mean, I told him whatever he gets 15%, so he's going for it.
Yeah.
Good.
I got to do something, man. Got to do something.
I'm in too.
Curtis is in too. Make it happen.
So
Next
Luke,
time we get, I have my son talk a little bit too. He's been sick. He's not been feeling good, so that's why he's not jumping up here in the limelight.
Yeah, every Wednesday we do this.
Hey, would you guys like to see a good-looking lady though?
Yeah, let's see it.
I probably got one of the best-looking women in
Come on,
life.
let's see her.
you're in trouble, buddy.
Come on,
Oh, she's laughing her ass off at me. So you know what? It's time to pay up, man. Sweetheart, you got to meet. Guys, that's pretty rude that she wouldn't walk over and say hi, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, always got to be a woman. Come on, hey, check her jacket out too. Tell me she ain't proud.
I had to have a Coffin Muffler today.
Here you go. This is my wife of about 36 years. She's put up with me for a long time.
Yes, I have.
Nice to meet you.
All right, you guys. I knew you'd die laughing on that one.
That's the boss, right?
Yeah.
Hey, this is the boss, man. You damn right. I know where my bread's buttered at.
Dude, 36 years, man. That's awesome. That really is. That's awesome.
Yeah. God bless you.
Me and Tina over the summer went to Hawaii for our 20th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was up my 20th this year also.
Yeah.
We didn't go to Hawaii.
I'm lucky to be alive.
20 years. Hell, I'm waiting for 50 now, man.
You'll make it, man. Don't worry. You'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, right.
You'll be fine. Don't worry. It's easy. You can do it. You made it 36. The next bunch is easy.
I don't wear out.
Hey, Curtis, what size exhaust pipe do you have on your Buick?
2.5.
There you go, Elroy. 2.5.
He's scared, dude.
There's magnetos on it now.
Call Jared. Call Jared and ask him if we can do him on the show.
Hey, there you go.
Call Jared.
I'll email him.
Yeah, shoot Jared because Elroy will send them to us. If we get him on TV, he'll send them to me. I know he will. He'll send them to you. I know he will.
I see why you said, "Oh, I got to be down at 6 o'clock, man." I get it.
We'll get him a name drop and we'll be golden.
Hey, Curtis, you run an X pipe or anything like that on your Buick?
Yeah, there is an X pipe on it. It's the 2.5-inch MagnaFlow crossover.
Okay. The cool part about our muffler that you would like, I'll put our competition would have to run 3-inch to do what our 2.5, what ours will do with the 2.5-inch pipe. Okay.
Cool.
Really?
The nice part about the X pipe is it kills about 30% of the sound, like gets a lot of the wrap out of the motors.
Right.
Anytime you're running big cams and stuff, they have like a glass back wrap on acceleration only. So, a lot of people that kind of turns them off. So
I originally had Flowmasters on it, and I would make my kids wear earplugs when we went for a drive or to a show. And then I switched over to the MagnaFlows, and it has cut down dramatically. It's nice off the line, but it's pretty quiet while I'm driving.
okay, see, now cars aren't quiet, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're not meant to be quiet. We're gonna raise hell as we can. And
So tell the neighbors.
I'm serious. Check it out. You're gonna go, oh shoot.
Well, I was happy for my Explorer. I'm thinking I would like to have something louder on that.
You're gonna pick up some mileage on it. That's a good thing. Make the kids love you.
Yep.
Now, I was always told that some mufflers, Elroy, that you need to have some pipe afterwards. You know what I mean? Like I was told that some mufflers like it where if you had it all the way in the back, it doesn't affect performance. And then I've been told that other mufflers you need to have like 36 to 38 inches of pipe after the muffler so it works right. Is there a reason for that, or is that true, or is that just a lie? I mean,
no, it's just everybody has, some guys like blondes, some guys like brunettes, I mean, that's basically what you're at. Well, we found out what's the best if we can have let's say we got a pretty rowdy motor, we'll do 26, 28 inches, a 3-inch. Yeah, under 30 inches of pipe. Then we do in the coffins, and then we do like a 3 up to a 5-inch dump behind the coffin. It's just sound or what you can get. It's not going to make any more horsepower. 3-inch seems to be the magic number. We built a pair of mufflers for a gentleman out of Sacramento. He's running a 65 Nova with a 406 Paxton supercharger on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he runs, you're going to love this, he runs 830 seconds with our muffler.
Really?
That's pretty fast.
That's rocking, man.
Yeah, it's real fast.
Seriously rocking.
Yep. So
very cool.
The longer the pipe, though, every time you make a bend, it's restriction, it's back pressure. So
right.
A lot of cars like your Buick, if you went over the rear end and tucked it behind the back tire, that's a really awesome sound to where you get some of the noise out of the inside the cabin, you know?
Right. Right.
But and horsepower is still good. There's a lot of different ways to do them to get the good sound out of them. You run yours all the way to the end, or just over the axle and out the back?
They are up underneath the rear bumper.
So they go all the way back.
And you don't see them, but they turn down just before the bumper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what we'll do is, and we run into problems just like everybody else does. I'm not going to lie about it. We'll put a pair of our mufflers on a car, like say on a setup like you have. Customer drives it for about 2 weeks. Wife wants to kill him because the noise level's just tearing him up, right? Yeah. They take a trip and she wants to destroy him. So what we'll do is we'll put like we make up special glass backs. They call them silencers, but it's a glass back. It's a big bore, like 2.5, 3-inch core. Mm-hmm. And they're about maybe 8 to 9 inches long. The Chevelle did that with the 454s, and they tucked them in the back on each corner. If you guys remember those.
Yeah.
Did that to shut them up some because they were so raspy. So I kind of stole that idea from that generation, and it seems to work really well.
Cool.
And then you dial the sound in that you want, you know?
Yeah. Very cool. Huh. I didn't know that it was a glass back. That's neat.
Now, you were saying Jesse James was looking at your piece. Did he use them on any of his shows, or?
You know what? Jesse James did us a gigantic favor. People say a lot of bad about him, and I'm not. He's a nice man. He was good to us. I mean, it was amazing. Not lying. He got to give us a tour of the place that they had in Long Beach. Mm-hmm. He showed us this $1 million CNC machine he had just bought at that time. And I did have my patent pending at that time before I took it, because I just wanted to make sure that we kept the playing field nice and honest all the way around, you know.
Oh, definitely.
But when he told him Muffler, that one that I was showing you there, he was cracking up. He's going, man, we could make this pretty simple. I'm going, man, I wish I had that $1 million machine, you know. But he did like 12 of our units, put them on some cars, and I didn't really know much more because I kind of lost contact because he had a lot of stuff going on in his life then, you know.
Yeah.
He did an article in that. What was the name of that? Oh, the Garage Magazine is. He did a half-page deal for us. It was really awesome. He helped us out a lot. He gave us a gigantic kickstart at that time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and dude, that guy does some neat stuff. He had some radio motorcycle that had an airplane motor in it, one of the old ones, you know. Trick stuff that guy did. He was doing some experimental stuff with the government at that time too. On I can't remember what type of fuel they were running, but he had a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if he's still doing any of that, but you know, we've never talked.
Talented.
Yeah, he's an artist. He's down in Texas now doing making guns. He has a full blown gun thing going on, and he's making some hot stuff too.
I didn't know that.
I'm a big gun nut, so I've been following him.
I didn't know making guns. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Man.
So what kind of guns you guys into?
I like everything: handguns, AR-15s, whatever shoots forward. I like. I have a lot of
just want to get a Barrett so I can keep the perimeter clear.
A flamethrower or something.
Lou's pretty talented with his chassis and stuff. I've showed a lot of people the stuff. He's, beautiful work. I mean, I admire that. Very amazing.
Yeah. I'm looking through a lot of photos.
Sparks, man. That's all I'm doing is making sparks. That's all I'm going to do.
I was looking through photos, man. I'm like, man, this dude's pumping out some nice stuff. So I was telling my son, I was like, man, we got to get his stuff out there because he's the man. You know.
Well, you know, I don't know if you know this, Elroy, but you know I do my own laser cut brackets, right?
No, in fact, that's where I was going to go with my next question, because we were looking for some stuff the other day. My son had to make his own here, and it'd be nice to run stuff that's, you know, that is laser. We don't have a laser, so
I have access to 4 lasers. I taught myself how to program.
really,
Yeah, like if you send me an email, all I need is the centers, the axle hole and where you want the center to be in relation to it for the bolt holes. I can whip you up a bracket. I got some cool stuff, man. I got over 100 different brackets.
are you going to market any of it?
Well,
Yes.
that's what Lou Jr. is going to do. He's taking care of that. We're going to start working on that, because I'll be honest with you, I don't have time to do it. You know, because if I'm not in, what I had to do is I had to make a conscious decision. Do I jump into TV and play that game and risk, when it goes away, being so far behind the power curve as far as building goes, and and hope for the best, or do I keep building and do TV as a secondary job? And I decided to make it my secondary job. I'd still rather build, because the TV thing could end tomorrow, and it almost did.
Yesterday.
Last week I wasn't doing the show, so this week I am. So I mean, it's just one of those things. I had to make that decision, and that's what I decided to do. Because I've got stuff. I've got tons. Man, I'll send you a 4-link. It's pretty bitchin' stuff. It's cool. I got all kinds of stuff.
You got to send us some pictures of what you're doing.
Yeah, I'll send you a 4-link, man. It's a universal one, and they're just, I do all my brackets out of 1/4-inch steel. All my pipes are DOM, and they're either 1.5 or 1.25 inches. I make all my own rod ends with profane polyurethane joints. I mean, I make all my own stuff, man. It works out pretty good. I got no complaints with it. So yeah, what I'm gonna do? I'll send you some. I'll put together a kit for you. I'll set up a kit that would go good on like a pickup truck. That way, you can. It's real cool. Make it happen.
Right.
That's great. Thanks.
We want to talk to your son. Put him on.
That's what I wanted to do. Dude, you got to. We should. Here, thank you.
What's going on, guys?
How you
What's
doing?
going on?
What's going on?
What's
You're-
happening?
You're the future. We want to know what the future holds.
I got the future right there.
Yep.
So what is your name, Elroy Jr.?
Elroy Newberry.
Okay. Well, I always just called you Elroy. I never knew if that was your name or not.
Right. Yeah. I go by whenever anybody calls me. Really, they're just like, "Hey, come here." I'm like, all right.
I hear you.
Well, whenever I call the shop guys, I call him Elroy. I never asked him his name till
All
just
right.
now.
We're the
I figured he'd answer to it. I knew it was his son.
right.
Jeez.
So did you guys go to SEMA this year?
You know what? No, we didn't. We were too busy at the shop doing production and shipping and stuff. So, but we got to go last year, and that was really cool. We got to meet with Lou and see how everything works down there. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was big, man.
It's too
Yes.
big. I really think it's too big. You can't see it all. It's crazy.
Listen, the last day I had to get a scooter. That's how big it is. I was like, I'm not walking another step. I'm getting a scooter.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, my legs were sore after like the first day, man. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal, man. It's a brutal deal. Now, did you guys? And I might have missed this because I lost everybody for a second. Last time I was talking to Elroy, he said you guys were working on getting a robotic welder. Did you guys ever get that?
Yeah, we did. It's kind of waiting on me. I got to build the fixtures for it and start programming and all that. I just shoot, man. We're so busy, you know. We need to start probably hiring on more people, try to get some stuff going.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's kind of balls on my shoulder. I gotta hurry up and just get with it, you know.
Yeah.
Need some motivation.
I didn't know you got. I mean, I didn't know you got it because I remember we were talking about it one time, and he was saying that he wanted to get it. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I did not. I mean, I didn't know that you finally got it. Yeah, you got to get that thing up and running, man.
Now tell us what it actually do for you, for your company.
What's that?
Tell us what it actually do for your company. Like,
shoot, man. Actually, do a tremendous amount of work for us. Because I mean, a normal person, you can only weld so many hours of the day, you know, and your eyes start hurting. I mean, you guys probably all weld. I mean, it takes a lot out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And then, especially like the money in, we could hire on 5 guys like we usually do, weld them, weld everything up, you know, be out that money, or program a machine that'll just keep going. All we got to do is feed it day in, day out. Production stays up. Our shipments get out on time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good all the way around. It's just getting it up and running, you know?
Right.
I imagine
Right.
a consistency and quality also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely want the welds to be like really nice. The type of metal that we use too, it's kind of hard to weld. It's like an aluminized coating.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, muffler, it'll last pretty much forever. It's just, man, making them look pretty, you know?
Yeah. Well, because I mean, the bottom line is they got to look good. You know that.
Yeah.
You know that. They got to.
Even though they get out of the box and they put it underneath the car that you're never going to see anymore, it's got to be presentable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's cool, man. You got to get them fixtures done, man. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I know.
That'll be awesome. Shit. I didn't know you had it. I really didn't. Very cool. All right, guys. It's 10 o'clock. So what are we gonna keep going, or you want to?
It's up to you. I mean, I'm young. You're old.
I got to get a cup of coffee. It's been waiting for me for an hour.
All right, we can wrap it up. We know you're an older guy and you need to get your sleep.
No, I need to get my coffee. Fuck that.
I'll take off. I'll let Lou Jr. in so he can.
Yeah,
Well, I was gonna say I'll get off and let Lou Jr. in, and then I'll let you guys talk, and then I can come back with my coffee.
That's
okay,
fine.
that sounds good.
I mean, I just want to get my coffee.
Okay, go get your coffee. We'll hang out.
My coffee, man. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
All right.
Okay.
All right, little Lou, jump in.
Ask Lee, what is this that Lee does? Gentleman up the top. That's Lee, right?
Hey, Lee, what is it that you do?
I have an online magazine, and what we do is we're trying to incorporate all of the different medias, like writers, video, photos, podcasts like this here, and we're mixing it all into the magazine. So when you purchase the magazine, it'll be, all medias. Your mind will go wild with it, and we like to promote small shops, builders all over the country. We're doing a campaign where we're going to hit like the small builders in small towns and really showcase them, because there's a lot of guys building some really nice stuff that never get out.
Never
seen. So that's our main goal, is to really get those out. And I have a lot of celebrity friends that, we like to push their stuff too, because they spend the money and put out the nice stuff. So we're going to show that stuff too.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're just trying to hit it all angles,
What's it called?
All Ends Magazine.
All Ends Magazine?
Yes.
Okay.
You can go to allendsmag.com.
All right. Yeah, we'll check that out for sure.
Yeah. So I appreciate it. If you have a media pack or anything, you can send me. I'll post it on the website and put it around.
Right on. I'll get your name out there too. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys are already big. We'll try to push it a little bit more if we can. Help it
appreciate
out.
Yeah, everything helps, man. I mean,
Yeah, it does, man.
Yep.
Only takes one more person,
Yeah. One person might see it and it turn into something new. Just like you said, what your dad was saying with Jesse James. I mean, he says one thing and that could blow it up out of the water.
Right.
Yep.
That was amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah. We got we're just kind of trying new things, and we hit up Fast and Loud there for a little bit. We shipped them a couple mufflers, and they actually out of nowhere we got a phone call. We're out to dinner, and they actually ran our product on one of their cars and gave us like a little shout out over like TV. And man, our sales like went through the roof, and just you could just tell like anything like, to do with TV just blows up out of nowhere.
It's crazy.
Even if they said like 2 words, it's crazy.
Yep. You know what I'm coming to find, that you have to have your website ready for that kind of stuff, because once your name's mentioned and they hit that website, you got to be ready.
Yep.
Yep. How you like Lou's Christmas tree back there?
I didn't set it up.
Hey, I like that cup, Bumblebee.
CB. That's what I was in the Navy, a CB.
Yeah.
Yep. Dang old CB.
So
I'm actually gonna get Dustin to tattoo that on my forearm for me. Well, they always they tell you don't ever get the branch of service that you're in, and never get your wife's name. So I figured, being that I retired from the Navy, I can get the CB logo now. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not going to get kicked out. They tried, but it didn't work. So I'm gonna get it. Elroy, what the hell you got on your neck?
Tattoos.
Well, my kid, he got the Sharpie out and just went crazy.
What is it?
It's actually Heaven's Gates with an hourglass.
Really?
Yeah, and then under here it says "until then," so pretty much just ticking down the time till I die, I guess. Waiting for it.
It's coming. It's sure coming. That's pretty neat.
That is neat.
So you got tattoos pretty much everywhere?
Here and there.
Yeah.
He's just covered.
What are you trying to say, man?
When you get them on your neck, you're serious, okay?
I guess it's like a big life choice.
Now you got to make it work.
Yeah, right.
Dad, I have to make this work.
Well, I pretty much did it so I could never, ever work at McDonald's. I was like, I'm just going to blast my neck.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I got to go,
That's funny. That's awesome.
You guys don't have any tattoos?
Yeah, I got a couple. Or Lou's all tatted up. I'm trying to catch up with Lou.
Dang.
I got a full back piece too.
Ouch.
Yeah, I
have nothing on my back.
I got a full man. I go to sleep. If I can get comfortable, I will fall asleep. This one right here, the spark plug with the pinup girl. I was laying in the chair like this, and I woke up, and the tattoo guy, my tattoo guy Grady, was outside smoking a cigarette. I woke up, I went out there. He's like, "Man, you were sleeping, so I don't want to wake you up." He just cuts on me till he gets bored, till he needs a break, and he goes outside. He does it all the time. Whenever he works up, I just fall asleep.
A real man there falls asleep on a tattoo.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I've never fallen asleep on a tattoo, man. They all hurt.
The only one that bothered me was my dog tag on my foot. I've got my dog tag on my foot, the toe tag. I've got it on my foot, and that's the only one. That's the only one I can honestly say bothered me. Other than that, if I can get comfortable, I will drool. I start snoring and everything.
I think I'm just too skinny, man. It's hitting the bones and stuff. Keep it awake.
Yeah.
Problem.
But yeah, I got a age. I like this one. Grady did that one for me. We gave her a boob job. Yeah. I've always wanted Betty Page, so I got that one. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Right on.
You know, like I just always liked her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll get more. I can't help it.
Yeah, they're addictive. My problem is I'm an artist, so I'm working on a back piece, but I can't finish it because I hate everything I do for myself. Like I can do artwork for everybody else, but then when it comes to me, I'm like, oh, I hate it. So yeah, one day I'll get it done.
Yeah, yeah. I always said that for my last one. If I ever got to see, originally I wanted a Japanese style bodysuit. That's what I wanted. But because I was traveling all the time in the Navy, I could never get it done because I was never in one place long enough to really start it. So I'm actually holding out hope. My left leg has nothing on it. I'm holding out hope that I can at least get the leg done in that style. But I always said that if I got to the point where I got the suit done, my last one was going to be my head, and I wanted to get the brain tattooed on my head, like from a medical book with the names. I always said I wanted to do that.
I got my head blasted.
Oh, I know it's not. And then the spinal cord, I was going to have the spinal cord go down to the back piece. And on the spinal cord, I was going to have a stick man wearing a pair of shorts like he was free climbing on my spine.
You're out of control.
That would be my last one. That would be like, everything else is done. So that's what I'm doing. But it'd have to be a stick man in the like he's a stick man and the shorts are too big, you know what I mean? But he's got shorts on.
Yeah.
You should just do it, man. Don't wait for it, man.
It would be out of control. You have to admit, it'd be out of control.
Oh yeah, you might lose some friends over that.
I ain't got many anyway. If they're gonna leave, they were never really friends. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean?
True.
So what kind of car you drive? You got a hopped up car or anything?
I got a Geo Metro. It's awesome, man. It's got all gold. I'm joking, dude.
Hey, somebody has to have it. I mean,
it's got a blown Hemi in it with more setup.
It's fucking gangster.
Yeah. People know me. No. No, I actually kind of got into like flipping cars here and there. So I got a single cab Chevy right now. That's about it.
Square body?
What's that?
Square body? A 73 to 87, a square body.
Oh no, I got a 71 Blazer too. It's got a Keith Black motor, pretty pumped up. And then me and my dad built that back in the day. It's actually at his house right now, sitting.
That's worth some money right now.
Yeah, you know what? They were like up and down for a while, and now they're like really up there.
Yeah, they're after him right now. Yep.
Yeah, and
I've always liked those Blazers.
It's actually a 2-wheel drive. It's not a 4-wheel drive, so those bring a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like them. They're cool.
Yeah, this year at SEMA was those year trucks, man. They were out there hot.
Yeah, there's a guy here in our area. His name's Pony, and he brought that black one over there. It's it's all black with red interior. Air Ride or something, or AccuAir.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I think it was AccuAir. I'm pretty sure because they had a black one. I didn't stop and look at it because I was running through, but I think it was them who had a. Yeah, it wasn't Air Ride. They didn't have one in their booth.
Was it a C10?
Yeah, it was one of the K5s. It was all airbag, just laid out. I think they body dropped it and everything.
I think I got pictures of it. I had to search through. I haven't been through my pictures yet, but yeah, I probably got a shot of it.
Yeah, it's a nice truck. If it's the one I'm thinking it is, it's a nice truck.
Truck. I heard it's up for sale now.
Yeah, you probably seen how much people wanted them out there. I mean, they're after them. Yep.
Yeah. You guys into bikes or anything, or?
Yeah, I'm into bikes. I'm telling you, I'm into everything. You mess around, I'll be on a tricycle. But
yeah,
I like the big
money
bag.
or what?
Yeah.
When I start teaching, I want to build a bike. I want to build. I've always wanted one. I've rode a bunch of them, but I've never owned one for myself. And I want to do. Like, I actually learned how to ride on an old knucklehead that was jockey shift foot clutch. That's what I learned, and it was a rigid. That's what I learned how to ride on. Yeah.
And where's that bike right now?
Huh?
I said, where's that bike right now?
God
You got
only
rid of it?
knows, man. It wasn't mine. It's worth
Those
money
knuckles,
now.
Oh yeah.
And it was cool because it wasn't on the tank. He moved it behind the leg. It was true jockey shift. It was bitching. Fucking thing was awesome, man.
Dangerous. Suicide bike. Suicide bike. See,
My dad had one of those for a minute. He actually was he got off one of his buddies, and it was over at our friend's Harley shop. He's like, yeah, he's all, you know how to ride one of these? He's like, yeah, heck yeah. So he gets on it, and I'm thinking, man, I've never seen my dad ride a Harley with the suicide clutch, you know, one of the jockey shifts. So I'm looking, and it's all like slick concrete leaving the shop. And I see him get on it, and I'm like, oh, wow, he's going to ride this thing. Man, he freaking dropped the clutch, kicked it all sideways out of the building, got control of it, and then took off. And the dude's looking at me. He's like, damn, your dad can ride. And I was like, dude, I guess. And so I go back over to the shop. I'm like, dude, what was that? And he's like, I don't know, man. He said, I just kind of held on. He said, I kind of messed up there for a minute.
That's awesome.
I was like, hey. I was like, man, hey, pulled it off, dude. I don't think he could ride.
That's awesome.
That bike was pretty cool, man, but I myself, I've never ridden one of the jockey shifts, man. Those things are crazy.
Yeah, it's really weird because it's like driving a car in a sense because you use the foot clutch, but then when you're turning and stuff, you're always turning with one hand. That was the thing.
Yeah.
That was the thing that took me a while to get used to. I mean, I was like 18 at the time, so you got your hand down low, and then you're turning, and you're giving it gas. So it's kind of weird because you got the torque coming in, and you're turning it, and you're giving it gas. Or it's weird, man. It's just weird. Yeah, it's a lot going on. It really is. But I mean, once I got it, it was easy. But God, it took a while. And then it wasn't mine, so I turned it. The guy who owned it took it, and I don't know what happened to it, man. It was a cool bike.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'd ride. I'd do it again.
Up here in Ohio, I'm in Ohio, and we got a lot of potholes. There's no way you could drive one of those around here.
New York's got a lot of potholes. You just dodge them. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah. One hand dodge.
Just got really over them.
But yeah, man, it's just cool. And ever since then, I've always wanted to get another bike, just because. So I'm gonna build one. I got the guys who do my brackets for me, who cut them. The one guy, Derek, they're all car guys, but Derek builds a lot of bikes, and he's got a fixture where you can build the frame. So he gave me the blueprint so I can build one. He said he'd cut me all the brackets when I start teaching. So I'm gonna do one.
Cool. Rigid or a soft tail?
I got to do a soft tail, man. I've already had back surgery. I can't do a rigid. I mean, I'd love to, but I won't be able to walk after that. You know what I mean? Like I gotta make the bike so I can sit more straight up. Because when you ride, you get that roll in your back. I can't do it. It just hurts too much. So I gotta make it so it fits me. I got no choice.
Right.
But
I got a bad back too, and I have a Yamaha Venture 87, and I sit straight up on it, man, and my back can be hurting all day. I get on the bike and it goes away, just the way I'm sitting. It's nice. I mean,
yeah. Now I remember.
So
I remember when I was stationed in Mississippi. Okay. This friend of mine, he said, "Hey, do you want to go to a barbecue?" And he rode. So I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." So we go to Pensacola, and it was the Outlaws. They were having a big gathering. So I went to this barbecue with the Outlaws, and I met this guy there, Square Frame Pete, and he built his bike frame out of 1-inch square tubing, and but it was really neat because I'd never seen, I mean, he machined the neck out of square tubing. The whole frame was square tube, and it was bitching. Wow. I've never seen another one like it because, I mean, hell, it's not a common thing. But that was cool, and that was one that I'll always remember. And it was a rigid, and it was they called him Square Frame Pete. He was a cool dude. So that was nice. Yeah, I just like looking at that shit. It's just cool, man. Building stuff like that. That's what it's all about. Fuck.
They had a bike out at SEMA. It was a rat rod bike, and it was made out of it had a Kubota diesel motor.
I saw that.
Man, this thing was crazy. I mean, it's just I can't even tell you. It was
cool.
The fuel gauge was a Corona bottle.
Yeah,
a beer bottle. It was pretty tough. Yep, it was pretty tough, man. The seat was a tractor seat. It had a turbo on it. It was a monster. Now, don't get me wrong. They put together a monster, but it was a nice bike.
Did you get pictures of it?
Yeah, I did. I'm looking to see if I can throw it up right now. Because I'm telling you, it was hot.
Yeah, it was neat. It had the little 4-cylinder Kubota in it. It was cool as hell. It really was. Now, a couple of years ago, there was a guy. He built some really crazy bikes. He told me that he's actually a hairdresser, but he builds bikes on the side just because he likes building them. But he was more of an artist. And one of them was a trike. Just really, really wacky, like stuff you wouldn't think of. You know what I mean? Like he had on one of them, if I remember right, he had on the front end they run that little fulcrum on the choppers. Usually they run that little, it's like the little fulcrum so it pivots on the front wheel. Yep. I don't know the technical name of it, but he actually had it set up where he had cables on it, and that was like the shocks. He made this cable pulley system, and that's what worked as the shocks. It was pretty cool. And then he had stainless steel cables that went down around a pulley back up, and then there was a spring that the cable went through. So when he hit a bump and the wheel moved up and down, the spring took the load. I mean, there was a lot of engineering that went on in there, but I mean, all of his bikes were like that. And I think I got pictures of it, but he's out of Texas. And I saw it at SEMA and talked to him. I don't remember his name or nothing, but he had some really cool stuff. I mean, I think it's just like cars, man. There's all kinds of neat stuff you find, man. Did you find that picture yet, Lou?
Yeah, it's coming. I'm going through 5,000 pictures I shot. I was on a mission.
Dude, all he did, he just took pictures, man. He took pictures and talked to people. That's what he did.
Yep, that was my whole gig. So you got a bike?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of bike you got?
Well, I built I was kind of into the Sportsters back in the day. I built a little Sportster and I sold that one. Then this year I built a Softail, like a custom.
Mm-hmm.
Got an S&S motor, Springer front end, and then pretty much just took it all down. Put a different tank on it, like one of those King Sportster tanks.
Yeah.
Built like a bobber style. Hacked the back fender, made my own mounts. There's actually on the Springer front ends, the whole back goes back that holds like a Softail fender.
Mm-hmm.
I cut the whole frame off and molded it, and it actually looks like a hardtail, but it's a Softail. And it rides beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. I put pictures and stuff on our Instagram, and then but I don't know. How do you put a picture on this thing?
I don't know.
You have to use a different software. I use Cam Twist, but it's a little work to get it on. But once you do, it's pretty slick.
Never heard of Cam Twist.
All right, here we go.
Oh yeah, dude, that bike's bad.
Yep, there it is.
Oh,
Let me.
did they airbag that thing?
Yeah. It's sitting on the ground. I mean, they did a lot of work to it.
They did
Dude, that
a
thing's
ton of work
bad.
to it.
Wow.
Yeah, they did a ton of work to that thing, man.
It has
That's-
turbo on it. I mean, just everything is just outrageous.
Dang.
Yep. See, I can't see the picture that good. Is it pretty clear?
Yeah.
Pretty here, yeah.
I'm looking at your
Yeah,
bike
it's
now.
pretty
Elmo.
tough.
What's that?
I'm looking at your bike now, the blue one.
Yeah, the blue one.
That's a nice bike, man.
It turned out all right,
I
man.
pulled it up on Instagram.
All right, on. Yeah, that's it.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yep.
Yeah, it feels good riding that thing.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if there's another picture.
So, what do you think of the baggers, the big wheel baggers these days?
Those things are big, man. Like Fresno's right by us, and everybody has baggers over there. The big, like 22-inch rims, and then there for a while we were seeing those Sportsters. They were putting like 26s on them.
Really?
You seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
Oh, they look good. Like you wouldn't
really?
think they would look good, but they put 26-inch wheel in the back and in the front.
Yeah,
They kind of look like a old, like 1919 Harley or something.
Oh,
They
really?
look cool. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
look them up.
We got guys running 32s over here in Ohio.
I got a
32
friend.
on the front.
I got a friend.
But I don't
of mine who's actually he started doing them. I thought I had pictures of it.
I don't
It's,
think you can ride too far in those, though. I don't think there's a comfortable ride. That 32
No.
on there, it's too big. Yeah, hard
Well,
to stop.
My friend did one. I know he's on Facebook. Well, he's doing them. Him and they're doing them, and they did. I think it's a 30-inch, but it's a Lexan wheel. There's no spokes or nothing. It's see-through, and he said it's like a damn sail. He said you got to pay attention because the wind hits it, and it wants to take it wherever it wants to take it. But they're I think it's One Time Customs. They're doing them, and dude, they seem pretty easy. You buy the neck, you cut the neck off, and you weld the neck on, and it sets up all the geometry and everything.
Huh?
He said it.
Well,
Yeah.
you know these guys are charging like $10,000-$15,000 to do that job.
Oh, dude. Garrett can't even keep him. He's slammed. He's like 3-4 miles from me. He's slammed. He used to do cars. Matter of fact, he's got a Kaiser sitting on his chassis table, and he's talking to me about finishing the Kaiser because he's so busy doing the damn bikes. They got like 10 bikes in there, man. He stays covered up.
That's good.
Yeah,
we got to build.
How does it lock, like with the front wheel like that?
He says that they ride fine. He doesn't now. He doesn't like the one with the big Lexan. He doesn't like it because he said it's like a sail. He said you really got to pay attention when you ride it. But he said other than that, he said the other ones they build they ride really nice. And I see him around town riding them all the time. You know, when they take out a customer's bike after they get done and test ride it, dude.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I had pictures, man. I could have sworn I did. It might be on the drive, on Google Drive. Yeah.
Yeah, our builder here is DZ Customs, and they're pumping out 30s, 32s, and there's some nice bikes, man.
Oh, here it is.
I mean, big money, but nice.
It may
That's when they were building.
Yeah, that thing's cool.
And then he's got
So you're saying they're putting 20s on the back too, 22s and 26s on the back wheel?
26s, yeah. That's what there's a lot of those like bagger styles like that over here in Fresno. I mean, they're everywhere, man.
this one was nice.
I like
That
that.
one was real nice. That one was I think he said it started out as a Heritage. That one was real nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to Google that. I haven't seen any bikes with the big wheels in the back too.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube, we saw on YouTube, you type in like Sportster on 26s, and you'll see them. I think Sinister Wills makes them for that bike that it was on.
I think that's the guy who's making the wheels for these for Gary.
Oh, that's cool. We actually my dad acquired a bike. He did some trading, and it was like their old Sinister Will promo bike. One of our kid buddies built it. What's it? Gilbert built that bike, but it's got like red and black Fat Daddy spokes on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad, but it's also a soft tail kind of like bobber style bike.
Yeah. I know they're big. I know that. I know that there's people building them. I know that for sure. So,
Right.
That's crazy.
Well,
All
hey,
right,
guys.
It's 10:30. We're shutting it down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, brother, got to get up early.
I know you do.
Hey, I really appreciate everybody coming on tonight. We enjoyed the talks with the mufflers and bikes and everything, and we enjoy the man group thing. You know what I mean?
The camaraderie.
Yeah, there you go. So, we come on every Wednesday night at 9:00 Eastern time.
Yeah.
Your time is 6. And introduce everybody. Say who you are and what you do. I'm Lewis from All Ins Magazine, and thank you all for coming on. And Lou, go ahead.
Lou Santiago, host of Car Fix, teacher, Central Piedmont Community College. Elroy, both of you is Elroy's.
Elroy and Elroy.
That's it. The Elroys. Go check us out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that.
Newberry Mufflers.
That's it.
Good talking to you guys.
Your turn.
Hey, Curtis Stanley, just guest appearance on Carfix.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Thanks a lot, and tell your friends and family that we do this show every Wednesday at 9:00 Eastern.
Good night,
All
guys.
right, guys. Thanks for coming, Elroy.
All right. Good night.
Later,
Bye,
guys.
guys.